about to witness the first time this has ever been done. It's probably been done correctly thousands of times, but today we're going to do it the best we can. So enjoy it. This will be the fourth time we've performed this ceremony this year. The first 3 times it looked good, but none of them went exactly the same. So today is going to be just perfect. I appreciate everybody for coming out. Now, face.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, Brethren of Unity Lodge, being animated with the desire to promote the honor and interest of the craft, have erected a Masonic Hall for their convenience and accommodation. They are desirous that the same should be examined by the Most Worshipful Grand Lodge, and if it should meet their approbation, that it be solemnly dedicated to Masonic purposes, agreeably to ancient form and usage.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, having been entrusted with the superintendence and management of the workmen employed in the construction of this edifice, and having, according to the best of my ability, accomplished the task assigned, I now return the honor of this appointment and beg leave to surrender up the implements which have been committed to my care when the foundation of this statue was laid. Humbly hoping that the exertions which have been made at this occasion will be crowned with your application and that of the most worshipful Grand Monarch.
Brother Architect, the skill and fidelity displayed in the execution of the trust proposed in you at the commencement of this undertaking has secured the entire approbation of the Grand Lodge. And they sincerely pray that this edifice may continue as a lasting monument to the taste, spirit, and liberality of its founders.
Most worshipful Grand Master, the hall in which we have now been assembled and the plans upon which it was constructed, having met with your approbation, it is the desire of the fraternity that it should now be dedicated according to ancient form and usage.
Bless this lodge, O Lord, we pray. Make it safe by night and day. Bless these walls so firm and stout, keeping want and trouble out. Bless the roof and columns tall. Let thy peace lie over all. Bless these doors that they may prove ever open to truth and love. Bless the square and compass laid, teaching all the mason's trade. Bless the altar stately there, and those who lead us in a prayer. Bless the folks who come within, keep them pure and free from sin. Bless us all that one day we may be fit to live with thee. Bless us all that one day we may dwell, Lord, with thee.
All rise, please.
Almighty, ever glorious and gracious Lord God, Creator of all things, Governor of everything Thou hast made, mercifully look upon Thy servants, now assembled in Thy name, in Thy presence, and bless and prosper our works begun, continued, and ended in Thee. Graciously bestow upon us wisdom in all our doings, strength of mind in all our difficulties, and the beauty of harmony and holiness in all our works and communications. Let faith be the foundation of our hope, and charity be fruit of our obedience to Thy revealed will. May all the proper work of our institution that may be done in this house be such as Thy wisdom may approve, and Thy goodness prosper. And finally, graciously be pleased, O Thou sovereign architect of the universe, to bless the craft wheresoever dispersed, and make them true and faithful to Thee, to their neighbor, and to themselves. And when the time of our labor is drawing near to an end, and the pillar of our strength is declining to the ground, graciously enable us to pass through the valley of the shadow of death, supported by Thy rod and Thy staff, to those mansions beyond the skies, where love and peace and joy forever reign before Thy throne. Amen.
Have you seated?
There, thanks. Now, face.
Most worshipful Grand Master, in the dedication of Masonic halls, it has been an immemorial custom to pour wine, to pour corn upon the lodge as an emblem of nourishment. I therefore present you this vessel of corn to be employed by you according to ancient usage.
In the name of the great Jehovah, to whom all be honor and glory, I do solemnly dedicate this hall to Freemasonry. Right face. March. Left face.
Most worshipful Grand Master, wine, the emblem of refreshment, having been used by our ancient brethren in the dedication and consecration of their lodges, I present you this vessel of wine to be used on this occasion according to ancient Masonic form.
In the name of the Holy Saints John, I do solemnly dedicate this hall to virtue. Right, face, march.
Grand Master, I present to you to be used on this occasion according to ancient custom, this vessel of oil, the emblem of that joy which should animate every bosom on the completion of every important undertaking.
In the name of the whole fraternity, I do solemnly dedicate this hall to universal benevolence.
Lord, giver of every good and perfect gift, bless the brethren here assembled in all their lawful undertakings, and grant to each of them an equal supply, corn of nourishment, wine of refreshment, the oil of joy. Amen.
So mote it be. Procession will be dismissed. Worshipful Master, I yield the floor to you, sir.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today and enjoying the celebration. And I'd like to personally thank Most Worshipful Grand Master Casey Hood and all his officers, grand officers, for putting on this dedication. At this time, Brother Ralph has some introduction. I'm sorry.
We will start first with our Most Worshipful Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Tennessee, Free and Accepted Masons, the Most Worshipful Casey Hood.
Thank you very much for this thing. Please.
The Deputy Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Tennessee, the Right Worshipful Dickie McKinney. Senior Grand Warden of the Grand Lodge of Tennessee, the Right Worshipful Robert Reed. Junior Grand Warden of the Grand Lodge of Tennessee and past Grand Patron of the Grand Chapter of Tennessee Order of the Eastern Star, the Right Worshipful Charlie Mixon. Our appointed Grand Officers, the Grand Chaplain of the Grand Lodge, the Right Worshipful Jackie Johnson. The Grand Marshal, the Worshipful Sean Hamilton. The Grand Junior Deacon, the Worshipful Philip Lacey. and the Grand Historian of the Grand Lodge of Tennessee, and my boss, the Worshipful Walter Seifert, who I might also add also holds the Andrew Jackson Medal from the Grand Lodge of Tennessee, which is quite a prestigious honor. I believe we have one past Grand Master here. That is our very own past Grand Master, or Grand Master 2008, Most Worshipful Jerry Hampson. The officers of Unity Lodge, Worshipful Master Joe Flagg, Senior Warden Dandy Barrowwood, Junior Warden Craig Forshey, Treasurer Ed Doremus, Secretary Roy Beard, Chaplain Bill McDaniel, our Senior Deacon David Hastings, our Junior Deacon Britt Spears, our Senior Steward had to work today and couldn't be with us, our Junior Steward Brock Lingerfeld, our Marshal Mickey Hapner, Tyler Mike Harris. Representing the Scottish Rite, we have the illustrious Glenn Pitts, 33rd degree Grand Cross of the Court of Honor. Larry Kern, 33rd degree Personal Representative to the Sovereign Grand Inspector General for the Valley of Memphis. Tony Edge, 33rd degree Assistant Personal Representative to the Sovereign Grand Inspector General. And Gerald Lee, 33rd degree General Secretary of the Memphis Scottish Rite Bodies. We have a few York Rite people with us. We have Richard Van Tassel, past Most Excellent Grand High Priest of the Grand Chapter of Royal Westminster. David Swaim, also past Most Excellent Grand High Priest of the Grand Chapter of Royal Archmasons. And Bill Peck, Personal Representative to the Grand Master of the Grand Council of Cryptic Masons. From Alchemia Shrine, we have our Recorder and past Potentate, Jim Norman. From the Eastern Star, we have a past Grand Patron and the Grand Treasurer of the Grand Chapter of Tennessee Order of the Eastern Star, Brother Eddie Young. Past Grand Matron of the Grand Chapter of Tennessee and the Worthy Matron of Mizpah Chapter number 62, which meets here in our building, Johnny Mae Bixler. And her past Grand Patron, Temple Pugh. That concludes our introductions, and we will now have a presentation from Normal Whitehaven Chapter or the Eastern Star, which also meets in this building.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, officers of the Grand Lodge, officers and members of Unity Lodge, sisters, brothers, and friends. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am Gwen DeShazo Irwin, past matron and 49-year member of the Order of the Eastern Star here at Normal Whitehaven Chapter number 43. My chapter has given me a very distinct honor this afternoon to make a presentation on behalf of our chapter. During my years involved in the order, I have been honored to have been in many Masonic lodge halls across the great state of Tennessee. Being a great admirer of the Masonic fraternity and the history behind it, I have always enjoyed looking at the various pictures and paintings on their walls. I noticed that one painting or a photograph of a certain individual that's very important to the Masonic, state, and national history of our country was displayed. This past year, I was with Ralph Scott and his sister Debbie, and we were at Troy chapter for an Eastern Star official visit, and I saw one of these portraits. I asked Ralph why Unity Lodge didn't have one of these beautiful painted portraits, and he explained that a lot of times these are presented in memory of someone or on honor of a special occasion. At my next normal Whitehaven stated meeting, I brought before our members, and it was unanimously approved, that we purchase this portrait of past Grand Master of Tennessee and President Andrew Jackson as our chapter's gift to this lodge on the occasion of its rededication. Worshipful Master, if you would please join me and Ralph. Oh, he's already taken the cover off. Okay. We didn't practice these. On the behalf of Normal Whitehaven Eastern Star, it's my pleasure to present this portrait and extend our gratitude to the Masonic Brothers of Unity Lodge for allowing us to meet in this newly renovated, beautiful, clean, and safe lodge. Thank you, sir.
Okay, are there any other presentations? I think we have one. Would you like a microphone? I was going to take it out here and let you go.
Worshipful Master, my name is Johnny Mae Bixler. I am worthy matron of Misfit Chapter number 62, and it is my honor on behalf of Misfit Chapter to present to you and the members of Unity Lodge an honorarium from our chapter. We have watched with anticipation as this chapter has changed over the last months and all, even though we would wonder when it was going to get started. It has been worth the wait. It is a beautiful building. We are so proud of it, and we know that you are, and we look forward to many more years of meeting in this chapter room. We thank y'all for allowing us to meet here, and we appreciate everything that y'all have done for us. And we would like to pledge both of our Eastern Star chapters. Anytime that you need anything from us, all you have to do is ask, and we'll be there. Thank you very much.
Okay, Ian, this concludes the dedication. I'm going to turn the floor back over to Most Worshipful Grandmaster Casey Good.
Don't move, everybody.
Got your gun?
Yeah.
That's under the pillow.
If you are a 50-year member of this fraternity in any capacity, would you please stand? Eastern Star, Blue Lodge, please stand. 65-year members present? 65? If you're a 65-year member, please remain standing. 65 years? 60 years, Walter? 60 years?
You got sick?
If you are a veteran, would you please stand?
Veteran.
Gentlemen, truly my hat is off, and ladies to you, if you're a veteran of this country, if you work for your service, please be seated. We wouldn't enjoy the freedoms that we have today. So I was supposed to prepare something to say. What was I going to talk about? Okay, I'm going to give you a little history of this ceremony. I hope you enjoy this. For the lady who said, turn on my outside voice. There's two very distinct ceremonies we do. One is called a cornerstone laying. One is called a lodge dedication. We got somewhere this year to do a lodge dedication ceremony, which went off just like what you saw, kind of. The second ceremony is a cornerstone laying, and in that ceremony, procession is much the same, but in that one, it begins by me turning to the junior grand warden, would you please rise, and asking him a question. Right Worshipful Junior Grand Warden, what is the proper implement of your office?
I got nothing.
And he would go through this big long spiel, and thus would start the ceremony. So we get to somewhere this year to do this very ceremony, and we get in that line. I walk right up to that, and I'm waiting on Charlie to come up, and I wait about a minute, and I look, and Charlie's still standing there like, and I say, Charlie kind of looks, and I look, and he looks, so he finally comes up. So we're standing at this little table, and I'm waiting on Charlie to start the ceremony by saying, Most Worshipful Grand Master, corn has been an emblem of nourishment. He stands there for a second, I stand there, and I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and I kind of do this, and this big crowd. He says, ask me the question. Now we're whispering this in front of 150 people. Charlie, there's no question. Ask me the question. Charlie, there's no question. We're doing a dedication ceremony. You gotta ask him, Charlie, there's no question. What do I do? Give me that corn. Charlie looks and he says, Grandmaster, I present you this corn. That's the kind of year we've had. We've had a lot of fun across the state. We've traveled from one end to the other. It's been a phenomenal year. I thank each and every one of you for affording me this opportunity. This is where I was going with my speech. From the bottom of my heart, if I would have taken 20 years of my life to plan a vacation, to take 1 year and go anywhere, do anything I wanted to do, spend any amount of money I wanted to spend, I could not have had more enjoyment doing that than I would have this year. It has been a phenomenal ride. The love, the respect, the headache every once in a while. Every moment of it has been well worth it, and I appreciate every moment of the respect you show this office. But in the end, I'm not who you think I am. I'm not this mythical person. I'm not an Andrew Jackson. I am the guy that got a phone call one night at midnight saying, I've had a wreck, will you come get me? And I got in the car and went. I'm the guy that got a call and the toilet is stopped up at the Scottish Rite, will you come fix it? And yes, I will. I'm the guy that got a call, will you help us raise some money for the hospital? And yes, we did. I'm just that guy that tries to live every day by the principles that we teach. Faith, hope, charity. Those principles, guys, it's a big world. I've been around it this year. I've got to see a lot of things. Faith means what belief you have in your heart. That belief that gets you to your Maker. But it's not up to you or me to tell you that you are wrong in what you do. Have your faith. please go forward every day in your life and exemplify what it feels for you, those characteristics to get you to meet God, whoever He may be in your heart. But be tolerant of another man. Be tolerant of his beliefs. The one thing I've learned this year is I don't have it all right. I hope when I meet my Maker that day that He looks at me and says, you didn't know everything, but you knew just enough, and you were tolerant of everybody else. Hope. You don't know when you are the person who is giving someone else hope. We learn in our Masonic ritual that you're not to remove the hand from a brother when he may be sinking, to give him aid. But you never know when some small act of kindness, if nothing more than just, how are you? Can I sit and have a cup of coffee with you? You don't know what that may mean to him. Exemplify hope every day. Charity is not giving money out of your pocket. It makes us all feel good to give $1 to something. But charity is giving part of your heart, part of your soul, part of who you are to someone else. That's who you are. That's what you joined this fraternity for. So go forward every day and just live faith, hope, and charity. I thank each and every one of you for every moment you've given me. I hope somehow in the next 20 years I can repay what you have shown to me in some small way. I'm not coming and going to plunge out all of your commode. Ain't gonna happen. But I hope someday to be able to maybe give you some hope and some charity. That other part. But it's please, next year you have a wonderful man coming behind me. I don't know how much he's going to get to the Memphis area. Please come out to his district meeting to show your support. My year could not have been what it was without either of these three men. I leaned on Dickie a lot this year. You don't know what it's like to go through this line. And these three men helped me get through your year. Dickie was a lot of my faith. He helped me at times to find that portion. Charlie, I still ain't figured out what he did for me.
Gave you some corn.
Robert helped me find a lot of joy at times. So support your grand officers because they are here to support you. This fraternity is yours. They happen to have to put up with the headaches for a little while, but be a part. They are very approachable. They're very good people. I don't want any more corn. Please, somebody bring to Grand Lodge a can of corn and set it on the Junior Grand Warden Station. If y'all get that word out, I hope we have enough corn to donate to some Feed the Hungry cause. But I want to give him back all the corn that he gave us. I'm through taking up your time. Gentlemen, ladies, thank you very much for this day. At this time, with the procession, please reassemble. This looked better when we practiced.